up, everybody? Welcome to Verbalize. I'm your host, Christina.
And I'm Tamara. What's up, girl?
Darling, you are looking gorgeous today.
Thank you.
Love it. And we are matchy-matchy.
So feeling myself today. I know
we
we
have to
totally
throw the shoes up.
Yes.
Woo!
Check our footwork.
Sexy mamas.
Yes.
Nice.
I love how we're so in sync. We totally didn't call each other and
I
say,
know.
let's wear black and gold. But I just love it. We're just starting to become one almost. I love it.
Yeah, girl. I'm going to put you in my pocket.
I know. You guys, oh my God,
cute.
It was so funny. You guys should have seen behind the scenes. She just like runs up to me like, oh my God,
Little
you're
does
so
anybody
cute.
know how hilarious we really are.
Yeah, we are. We got to start filming some of that
My
stuff.
cheeks have been hurting all day.
From laughing. We got to start
much
filming some
fun.
stuff and showing you guys how silly it is.
All of our bloopers.
Definitely a lot. But hey, that's what makes the show fun, and that's what gets us so
Keep it
energized.
spicy.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and introduce our topic for today, which is a very heavy topic. It's kind of sad. It's bullying. It's about bullying in schools, and it seems like it's just gone to the extreme nowadays. You know, kids are really harming themselves. Kids are shooting up schools, committing suicide. And it's really sad because I don't remember bullying ever being that bad to where, you know, a child wanted to harm themselves or others. And it's just so sad. It's like, what are the parents teaching the kids at home?
Yeah.
Or what are they seeing at home? Or what experiences are they drawing from where they feel like that's okay to bully someone?
Exactly. It's all about what, like you said, what's changed between, you know, when we were young versus the youth now, and what makes, like you said, okay, because it's detrimental to a kid's psyche, to their self-esteem level. They get, you know, become a teenager and then into an adult, and it's like they have issues for life because of certain things. And like you said, totally getting out of control to the point where kids are getting suspended, kids are getting kicked out of school, people are going to jail because of it. And furthermore, there's a lot of suicides coming out of it for the people getting bullied.
Yeah, it is.
That's so sad to hear.
It's really sad. I believe I read one story of a girl, I think it was in Boston. I believe she was from like another country. She was a cute girl, and she was dating like a senior. So I guess, you know, the popular girl, she kind of came in the middle of the school year dating a senior, and the popular girls, you know, didn't really care for that. She really didn't fit in with them. And I think it was more so about she wasn't really trying to fit in with them. She was just kind of doing her own thing. And the girls just started really bullying her really bad. And they took it as far as to like cyberbullying her, like bullying her on Facebook. And even after the girl committed suicide, the memorial that they had on Facebook, those same girls went on the Facebook memorial page and was saying horrible stuff even then, and the girl had already took her life. I was just like, at what point, what would make someone do something like that?
Yeah, I don't get it. Especially at that young, tender age. You should be filled with innocence and playfulness and just enjoying life. And it's like, again, what is making you so insecure? That's what it is. You are insecure about something with your own self that you have to pick on someone else's insecurities to make you
them
feel
better.
bad and make yourself feel better. And, you know, like you said, people that just have, you know, it's sad when people have handicaps or things that they can't help. They should never be picked on. But it's so stupid as to the point where labels, if you don't wear the right designer brands and the right labels like the popular kids, you get picked on. If you wear glasses or braces, you get picked on. You have freckles or red hair, you get picked on. If you're short or too tall,
you get picked on.
I know for me, like, I'm really tall, always have been. So I love it now. But when I was in middle school and high school, I hated it. You know, taller than all the guys, and you're just kind of awkward. And I was real skinny. So it's like, I can relate. But like you said, it never got to a point where I really hated myself to the point where I wanted to jump off a cliff. But nowadays, it's so brutal and it's so consistent that you really start to feel bad about yourself.
Kids can be so mean. And it's like, where are they drawing this energy from?
Right.
Is it something that's going on at home? Did their parents grow up the cool or the popular kids that made fun of other people and talked about them? I just don't understand.
Maybe
where
there's abuse
it's all
at home
triggering
that it,
from.
like, turns into, you know, being a bully or whatnot at school. But I heard about a story too, a young girl in middle school or high school, and her name was Randy. It's just a guy's name, a boy's name. That's the only thing that she was picked on, not about the way she looked, but it was her name, and boys would make fun of her and like talk to her like she was a guy and just totally, made her feel bad about herself. To one day it got so bad she was like basically pinned into a corner. And they hit her in her face. They shoved her face down into the ground. She had bruises. She had a bloody nose. They were physical on her. And the main source of the reason is because her name.
That's
and
so
it's
sad.
just terrible. And so they're looking at, getting the boys kicked out or whatnot. So it is being handled. But still, why did she have to go through that? Did she cause anything? Did she do anything to justify that? Absolutely not. And it's just for the stupidest little things that people go crazy over. So
I just don't get it. Like,
it's really hard to be a kid these days. And grow up
it
in our
really
society.
is. And the day that I have kids, I'm going to teach my kids that it's not okay. It's not okay for you to bully someone, to pick on someone. And it's not okay for someone to do that to you as well. And I'm just going to try to instill in their heads, how beautiful you are, whether someone else sees it or not. Like, know that you are because I'm telling you so. And that's all that matters is as long as you know that. And it just gets so bad for kids. And I just don't understand, you just never know what a child is feeling. And sometimes the child is even scared to even come home to their parents and let their parents know that they've been getting bullied at school because they don't want their parent to come up there and say, oh, this person has been picking on my child. And then that makes it worse.
Trouble.
Yes.
Yeah,
and it makes it worse for them. So they kind of just, keep it bottled up inside until they just figure that they can't take it no more. And it's just so sad. Like we're losing our youth at such a young age, and all because of violence, whether they're picking up a gun or not, whether they're killing themselves or not, it's still
Parents
violence.
need to be more hands-on for multiple reasons, but this being one of them. But I'm scared to raise children for that simple fact that it's just, there's so much going on, so much hatefulness, and you got to worry about, child molesters. You have to worry about, kids getting into drugs and sex earlier than ever before. On top of that, bullying at school, trying to fit in, trying to find yourself. It is extremely, extremely tough. So parents, you have to be more hands-on. You have to talk to your children. Be an authoritative figure, but be open to let them feel comfortable to come to you. Because if your kid doesn't feel comfortable, then they are going to bottle it up. And the next thing you know, they're thinking about thoughts like, I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live this life. It's not worth it. I don't like myself.
And that's sad when
It's
you're
not
like
worth it.
7 or 8 and it's like you're just supposed to be happy kid, playful, bouncing off the walls. And it's sad that you have to worry about something like that at that age. I know in one particular case that wasn't too long ago, there was a little girl that was being bullied by the kids on the school bus, and her father went on that school bus and kind of, went on the school bus and yelled at the kids, cursed the kids out, and was saying, his little girl was disabled and was saying, if my little girl comes home and tell me that you guys are picking on you, he was telling the kids he was going to rough them up and everything. I don't necessarily agree with his course of action, but you just never know what you may do or say when you're in that position to where your child comes home and tell you that she's being bullied, especially seeing so many cases now where kids are killing themselves. No parent should have to go through that. No parent should have to deal with that. And to be quite honest, I don't know what I would do if I had a child and my child I would probably spaz out.
I'd go crazy too.
I really would. And he was getting so many mixed feelings because there were a lot of parents that agreed with what he did. Because he actually went to jail. I think he got like a disorderly conduct ticket. I think he was out the same day. And he spoke with the news reporters. He was like, it's just unacceptable. Like, I don't regret anything that I've done because they were picking on my daughter. My daughter is disabled and it's just not right.
And that's what I get angry about, is because if you see in the majority of these stories how they play out and what the final outcome is, it's, the children are retaliating, the children are fighting back, or the parents are fighting back, and they get in trouble. They're the ones that end up getting suspended because they hit someone, but the person that, basically initiated it was the one at fault. And so it's really hurtful to see that because someone stands up for themselves, they get in trouble. I wish there was a way that we could find the root of the problem and solve the problem versus the outcome and that person gets in trouble. Because I know for a fact, if a kid gets tormented time and time and time again, and they finally stand up for themselves and they haul on someone and knock them out,
or even worse, bring a gun to school.
That's the right thing to do. Violence don't, two wrongs don't make a right. However, standing up for yourself in life is a huge lesson, and it takes you on into your life to stand up for yourself, to be strong. And I just don't think that it's good that we discipline the kids that are being hurt and tormented. You know,
I mean, that's how I was raised. I was always raised that if someone puts their hands on you, you know, you have the right to fight back. Exactly. It's not you come home and tell me. No, you fight back. Because if you come home and tell me that somebody put their hands on you and you didn't do anything about it, then I'm going to have a problem with you. And I feel like that the way I was raised was fine. I'm going to raise my child the same way. I'm not telling you to go out and start fights. But if someone is picking on you and bothering you and putting their hands, specifically putting their hands on you, defend yourself. Exactly. Like, it's just so sad. And I just hope it comes to an end soon. We definitely do not want another Columbine situation.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because those kids were teased too, even though they took it out the wrong way. But you never know what a kid may be feeling when they get to that breaking point and they just snap. You just never know.
Exactly. And you got to have more dialogue with your kids and more conversations, ask questions, make them feel comfortable, like I said. And it's just extremely important. But it's sad. It is a rising number in our country. Suicide rate is rising. Bullying, situations are rising, and it's difficult. I mean, they say ages of 12 to 18, which is your teenage years basically, that about a third or more kids go through some type of bullying situation. So that's quite a bit.
It is. Parents need to be more active in their kids' lives and be a dedicated parent, be a hands-on parent, sit down and have those conversations with your children. I understand that, you have those parents that struggle to take care of their kids, that don't really have the time, but there's always time for something, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes out of the day. Sit down with your kids and ask them, how's your day going? What's going on? Is there something? Make them feel important. Whether you're a single parent struggling to take care of them or not, always make that time for your children. It's really important.
Definitely. I agree. To all the kids out there getting bullied, talk to someone about it, get some advice, get someone that supports you.
School counselor.
And do something about it before it turns into a physical altercation. But you don't deserve it, and, make sure that you do something to take care of yourself.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to tune in daily for more great guests and hot topics. I'm Tamara.
And I'm Christina.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks again for watching a very special episode of Verbalize about bullying.
If you or anyone you know is being bullied, please seek help. Talk to a counselor, a parent, or you can go online to www.preventbullying.org
or www.safesocial.com. Thanks for watching.